Have you ever stopped to think that perhaps it's not the world that's against you, but rather the energy you're emitting? It's hard to admit, but your vibration may be silently sabotaging every step you take. While most believe that stagnation comes from a lack of opportunities, connections, or luck, the truth is that internal frequency is the invisible force that decides who thrives and who stays the same. It's counterintuitive, I know, but science and the law of attraction have shown that it's not what's out there that defines the game, it's what vibrates within. And the most intriguing thing is that this change doesn't require years of waiting, expensive courses, or a magical twist of fate. What you need is available right now, in the present moment, and it starts with how you think, feel, and act, even in the seemingly insignificant details. A simple shift in mindset can trigger a transformation that redefines your entire reality. Yes, as quickly as changing the radio station and finding the perfect song. Get ready, because what you'll discover here isn't just empty motivational talk. I'll show you how your thoughts and emotions are shaping every situation you experience, and how to turn this around to your advantage using the same energy that might be holding you back today. And if you apply what you learn, you won't have to hope for the best. The universe will respond. Imagine someone living as if carrying an invisible weight on their shoulders. They blame their boss, the government, their family, even traffic. But they don't realize that the real prison lies in their own internal frequency. When the vibration is misaligned, the energy they emit repels the very opportunities they desire most. It's like trying to tune into a classical music radio station, but the antenna insists on searching for a noisy station. External reality is nothing more than a reflection of this internal attunement, or lack thereof. Think of a garden. If the soil is dry, no seed will thrive, no matter how much rain falls. The same is true of mindset. If thoughts and emotions are steeped in fear, scarcity, and self-sabotage, it's impossible to reap abundance and prosperity. The law of attraction doesn't fail, but responds precisely to the vibration emitted. Many mistake this for bad luck, when in fact it's energetic coherence. And here's the great secret that few have the courage to accept. It's not others that block you, it's your own consciousness. Changing this switch means taking full responsibility for your own reality, and that's liberating, though it requires courage. Because when this vibration changes, everything changes. And here comes something fascinating that Nikola Tesla already intuited. The science behind energy doesn't lie. Nikola Tesla said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." And this isn't esoteric poetry, it's pure physics. Every thought that passes through your mind, every emotion you feel, emits a measurable signal. It's not just a metaphor. Neuroscience studies show that electrical impulses and electromagnetic fields in the brain and heart directly influence how we perceive and are perceived by the world. It's as if your consciousness were constantly broadcasting a personal station. Now, imagine you're in a room full of radios, each tuned to a different frequency. You can only hear clearly what matches your radio's frequency. This is exactly how resonance works. Thoughts of gratitude attract experiences that generate more gratitude. Emotions of fear attract more reasons to fear. Quantum physics suggests that reality responds to prevailing vibrations, and neuroscience explains how mental patterns create this cycle of manifestation. This means that prosperity, abundance, and transformation depend not only on physical effort, but also on vibrational coherence. It's not enough to work hard. You need to work in alignment with the right energy. And here's the intriguing part. Everyone, absolutely everyone, is emitting signals, even when they don't realize it. These hidden, silent signals shape reality even before any action is taken. Without saying a word, each person is broadcasting an invisible billboard to the universe. This billboard is made up of repetitive thoughts, prevailing emotions, and small, automatic actions that go unnoticed. Complaining about the weather, even jokingly, may seem harmless, but it sends a signal of dissatisfaction. That veiled pessimism disguised as realism, or the fear hidden behind excessive caution, also modulate your frequency. It's like a beacon. It always turns on, even when you don't want it to. This signal isn't just about what you consciously feel. There are mental patterns so old, they already run on autopilot. The tone of voice when talking about money, the body language when faced with new opportunities, even the habit of starting sentences with, "the problem is." All of this forms a vibrational field that attracts compatible experiences. It's not magic, it's resonance. If the energy is one of doubt, the return will hardly be one of abundance. The curious thing is that the more a person ignores this process, the more they reinforce their own blockage. It's like walking around with a GPS stuck on the same route, complaining about the destination without realizing that they were the one who programmed the address. And understanding this is the first step to breaking the cycle, because when this daily emission is low frequency, a vicious cycle is created that keeps everything stuck in the same place. When a person vibrates with negative emotions, fear, anger, resentment, they create an energy field that attracts more of the same. It's as if reality functions like a magnet, tuned to attract experiences of the same frequency. The law of attraction, in this case, isn't unfair. It simply responds to what's being emitted. If the energy is heavy, opportunities seem to disappear, doors close, and the feeling of stagnation increases. It's an invisible but extremely real vibrational prison. Imagine someone trapped in a dark room. With each negative thought, they turn the key that locks the door more and more. The worst part is that this process is often silent. A small annoyance turns into frustration, which turns into complaint, which turns into discouragement. This resonance causes the person to, without realizing it, feed the very energy they want to avoid. It's the famous wanting to get out of the mud while clinging to it deeper. This cycle is so subtle that it disguises itself as normality. The habit of expecting something bad to happen. The habit of overprotecting oneself to not be disappointed. All of this keeps the frequency low, and then reality simply responds. Understood, I'll send more of the same. But there's a point where consciousness awakens to notice this pattern, and that's where self-sabotage reveals itself as the main villain in this story. Self-sabotage is insidious because most of the time it disguises itself as common sense or realism. Internal phrases like, "this is too good to be true," or "these things don't happen to me," act as direct commands to your vibrational field. They undermine self-confidence, destroy positivity, and prevent the manifestation of new opportunities. It's like planting seeds of prosperity while simultaneously watering them with doubt. These unconscious thoughts can arise from past experiences, inherited family beliefs, or even comments we heard in childhood. The problem is that they become invisible filters that distort our perception of reality. A person may be faced with an opportunity for abundance and not even recognize it, because their internal radar only captures what matches their current frequency. It's like wearing glasses with foggy lenses. Everything looks blurry, even in the light. And when this self-sabotage sets in, it creates a silent blockage in the energy flow. Resonance stops working for you and starts working against you. But here's the good news. It's possible to identify and dissolve these patterns. And to do so, you first need to measure where you're vibrating right now. After all, you can't change a frequency you don't even know what it is. Recognizing your own vibration is like tuning an instrument. Before playing a new melody, you need to know if the strings are tense or loose. A clear sign of a low frequency is constant fatigue, that heaviness that doesn't lift even after a good night's sleep. Another is the repetition of conflicts, always the same arguments, only the characters change. And there's also that feeling of carrying the world on your shoulders, even for no apparent reason. All of this indicates that your energy is misaligned. There are short self-awareness tests that help measure this vibration. Ask yourself, what was my first thought when I woke up today? Am I reacting more with fear or confidence? Are my conversations throughout the day more about problems or solutions? These answers reveal, without filters, your predominant frequency. And the curious thing is that it only takes a moment of honesty to realize that external reality is merely reflecting these internal responses. If, when identifying your vibration, you realize it's low, that's not a reason to despair. It's a reason to act. Because the moment you become aware of it, you're already taking the first step toward transformation. And the big shift begins right now, when you consciously decide to raise your energy, even without major events or perfect conditions. Many people believe that to change their lives, they need to wait for a great opportunity, a trip, a promotion, or even the right moment. But the truth is that a change in vibration can happen right now as you read these words. Simple techniques like breathing deeply for 2 minutes, listening to music that sparks genuine joy, or mentally thanking 3 things they already have can already begin to shift their frequency. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. No matter how long it's been pitch black, the illumination is instantaneous. Inner power lies in the conscious choice of the next thought. Whether it's one of gratitude, positivity, or self-confidence, the energy field already begins to expand. This expansion creates space for the manifestation of new realities. Small gestures, like smiling at a stranger, walking with the sun on your face, or sending a loving message to someone, change energy measurably. It may seem small, but this is precisely what puts the law of attraction to work in your favor. And the most beautiful thing is realizing that there are no costs or barriers to starting this transformation. No one needs to wait to get rich, to experience prosperity, or have the perfect relationship to feel love. It's the opposite. You vibrate first, and reality responds later. But to maintain this new harmony, you need to align mind, emotion, and action, just like a radio transmitter that needs to be perfectly tuned to avoid losing its signal. When mind, emotion, and action move in different directions, the universe receives mixed signals. It's like trying to tune a radio station while constantly turning the knob. The sound never gets clear. For manifestation to work, thoughts must be aligned with emotions, and actions must be the physical expression of that harmony. If you think about prosperity but feel fear and act hesitantly, the resonance is lost, and reality returns fragmented results. Think of a musician tuning his instrument. It's not enough to play the right note. Each string must be in tune. Likewise, it's not enough to say positive things if you're carrying insecurity inside. Consistency creates a powerful magnetic field that attracts experiences of the same frequency. This is why those who live with full awareness of their energy seem lucky. In fact, they've learned to align their entire being with what they desire. This attunement isn't an unattainable mystery. Small daily rituals, such as visualizing a goal, feeling the thrill of having already achieved it, and acting in accordance with this vision, strengthen the vibrational field. It's the union of mindset, feelings, and attitudes that gives true power to the law of attraction. And for those who want to accelerate this process, there's a practical exercise that, in just a few minutes, begins to reprogram your vibration. Choose a quiet place where you won't be interrupted for a few minutes. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and inhale deeply through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs. As you exhale, imagine releasing all tension and any accumulated dense energy. Now bring to mind a real-life scene in which you felt truly abundant. It could be a moment of achievement, a genuine hug, or even that simple day when you felt truly happy. Relive that moment in rich detail. As you hold this memory, allow the emotion to take over your body. Feel gratitude expand in your chest, like a golden light spreading to every cell. The vibration of this emotion begins to resonate with more similar experiences. The more real you make this feeling, the faster your energy field adjusts. It's a training in consciousness. Your mind begins to understand that this is the new default frequency. Do this for just 3 minutes every day, and notice how the energy around you shifts. You'll begin to notice small synchronicities, unexpected encounters, and opportunities appearing out of nowhere. This is the power of conscious manifestation, creating from within the reality you want to live. And the key is to fully take responsibility for your own energy. Because true transformation only happens when you commit to it. There comes a time when you can no longer outsource your life. It's not about waiting for someone to open doors or for fate to decide for you. It's about taking control of your vibration, here and now. When you become aware that thoughts, emotions, and actions shape your reality, you realize you've always had the inner power to create abundance, prosperity, and transformation. This awareness is the dividing line between living on autopilot and living intentionally. From this point on, every choice ceases to be random. You begin to realize that a conversation filled with negativity isn't just a bad moment, but a downward frequency adjustment, and that an act of gratitude, no matter how small, isn't just a nice gesture, but a clear signal to the universe that you're ready to receive more. Your mindset shifts from one of survival to one of expansion. Nikola Tesla already intuited that all reality begins as energy in motion. By changing your vibration, you alter the course of events before they even materialize. It's like changing the radio station and suddenly discovering a song that's always been on the air, but you've never heard before. The choice is yours. Stay on the old frequency or adjust to the life you truly desire. Now that you understand how vibration shapes your reality, tell me, will you continue to leave your energy on autopilot, or will you take control? How many more days, months, or years are you willing to live at the same frequency that keeps everything the same? The answer is literally in your hands, or rather, in your consciousness. And if everything you've learned here made sense just as theory, that would be great. But that's not what we're here for. It's for you to apply. Start today. Change a recurring thought. Choose an emotion you want to feel more, and act as if what you desire is already on its way. Observe the changes and let me know. After all, if your energy creates your reality, what do you want it to create now? If this content has opened your mind and made you want to transform your life once and for all, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, you'll continue learning how to use your inner power to manifest abundance, prosperity, and expansion every day, because the next step in your transformation begins in the next video.